It's run out of batteries, so like I can't do that anymore, so I need to put new batteries in. And every day I'm like, I'll put new batteries in and then I forget, so we'll put that down for now. Do you want to know who Billie Piper is? Well, I do too, and I tell you what, I think I've cracked it. So this video is going to go into all the different reasons why I think Billie Piper is playing one specific character over all the others. Who is that character, I hear you scream? Well, she's Rose Tyler. She's not Bad Wolf, she's not the Moment, she's not the Doctor, she's Rose Tyler. Let's jump into some evidence. Okay, so here we are over on Twitter, and Owen, Whovian Life, posted this. Okay, there's something brewing, hashtag Doctor Who. And I clicked on this and I read it, and it does just seem a little bit weird. So units sometimes post out these like, I suppose they're sort of like briefs, bulletin type things. And this one is from Shirley, I think. Yeah, Shirley Ann Bingham has posted this. And the big title is Rose Tyler 2006 Cold Case. From this desk of Shirley Ann Bingham, scientific advisor. Hello everyone. Sure, I'm not the only one who's got this in their diary already, but today's the 20th anniversary of the return of Rose Tyler, who went missing for 1 year after Operation Mannequin. Time absolutely flies. So this is referring to the 2005 episode Aliens of London, where Rose, spoilers, the Doctor brings Rose home, and it's instead of being 12 hours after she left, 12 months. She was gone for a whole year. Shirley goes on to say, as Rose Tyler is currently both missing from this universe and flagged as a complex space-time event, maybe keep an eye out. I've got the Vlinks scanning all media channels and the Subwave network. So the Subwave network's still active, even though Harriet Jones gave her life for that to be found and destroyed. We've also got the Vlinks. Yay, can't wait for the Vlinks. Although the unit set has been taken down, so what's going on here? But yeah, this is just a weird thing for them to put out if it's not related to anything, if you know what I mean. Because sure, yeah, it is the 20th anniversary of 2006, which would be the year that Rose got brought back. But there's so many anniversaries that happen in the show, you know what I mean? There's so many things that were set in the future that we've now passed, and they don't post, this day and 50 years ago we faced dinosaurs, da-da-da. They don't have that. So why are they doing it for this? I think it could be relevant to Rose. It's interesting, as I say, that the Vlinks is mentioned here, because, and Shirley to be fair, because the unit set, as far as we know, has been destroyed. It's been removed. It's no longer standing at Bad Wolf Studios. So our unit in a different place? Are they back at the Tower of London? I preferred it there when it was more of a secretive thing rather than, hey, look at our big flashy tower. But that's not the important stuff. Why is she Rose Tyler? Why do I think this? This report benefits my theory, but it doesn't quite prove it. Here's what I think proves it. So here I have access to the Reality War script, which is free to read online. If you don't know what the Reality War is, you should do. It's the final episode from the last series of Doctor Who with Ncuti Gatwa. And I was reading this script, and obviously there's a bit in the episode where they put the world back together and some weird stuff's happened. Turquoise is no longer turquoise. Ernest Borgnine's still alive. And Susan Triad says this line. Well, funny you should say that. There are tiny little changes, like Conrad's world was sort of glitchy. Now we've got the same thing here. We're getting reports that the border between Norway and Sweden has moved 7 miles east. Interesting. So people picked this up at the time and were like, that probably means that there might be something to do with Rose going on here, because if you remember, Bad Wolf Bay, which I have up right here, is in Norway, and it translates to Dalek Ulv Stranden. And it's, yeah, this place, Bad Wolf Bay. I mean, it's actually filmed in Wales, obviously, like everything is in Doctor Who. But it's called Bad Wolf Bay, and it's set, the location in story, in universe, is in Norway. So people put this together and were like, maybe this means something. And I think it does mean something, because I pressed Control F. If you don't know what Control F does, let's say I wanted to find the word doctor in here. I'd press Control F and I search doctor. Oh, it's not showing up on my recording. Okay, but you search doctor and it basically shows you where the word doctor is on this entire page. And I did that with the word Norway on the Reality War script. And we have it here with Susan Triad saying that this was in the episode, it was pretty normal, standard stuff. And then we got it again. We had it again here, where Anita and the Doctor are in Poppy's bedroom in the Reality War. And Anita says, Belinda woke up without you, but every time the world resets, it gets a bit bumpy. Things fall through the gaps. One day, Norway got forgotten for about 20 minutes. She goes on to say, but everyone sort of compensates, like they make reality work. Right? You'd think, fine, this is in the episode, another mention of Norway. This was cut from the episode. which makes us think that maybe it was a bit too on the nose for Russell. If you want to see the actual thing, I've got the clip here. This is what happens. So every time the world resets, it gets a bit bumpy. This is what she says here. Every time the world resets, it gets a bit bumpy. Things fall through the gaps. One day, Norway got forgotten for 20 minutes, but everyone sort of compensates.
The world resets, it gets a bit bumpy. Things fall through the gaps. Everyone sort of compensates.
It was cut. That one line there was cut, which means either one of two things. Russell's completely gone against this idea. He's no longer going with the Norway plan, or he doesn't want to make it too obvious for us, and he doesn't want us to work it out too much, so he just puts one subtle thing in there instead. Now, the reason I think he is going ahead with this thing and not just thinking, oh, we won't go with the Norway plan, we'll cut that out the script, is because the other one was still left in. There was still a mention of Norway, there was still a mention of, well, there was still the face of Rose at the end, and you put two and two together. If there was another mention of Norway, would that go overkill? But we have it in writing, in proof. Russell wrote this down, and then Billie Piper showed up at the end. I don't know. The only downside I can find for disproving this is that Billie Piper wasn't actually meant to be in the episode until like the final 2 weeks before the episode aired. They just quickly rushed her in and were like, quick, stand in front of a green screen and we'll morph you onto Shooty Catwa's body. So something odd's happening, but there's a lot of evidence today. And also Jane Tranter in an interview in about November time, I think, said that Russell teased us with the return of Rose Tyler, which we all thought at the time. I didn't even make a video on it because I just assumed she meant Billie Piper but said Rose Tyler by mistake. But that could be proving weird now. That could be maybe we weren't maybe we're giving her too much of the benefit of the doubt of, oh, you just slipped up, when actually she slipped up not by speech but by revealing what the plans are. Billie Piper is playing Rose Tyler this Christmas. In my opinion, I'd have preferred her to have been Bad Wolf. But hey-ho, if there's a good story there, and we see David Tennant and Billie Piper together 20 years on from the departure, I'm a happy bunny. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like. Let me know in the comments, who do you think Billie Piper is? And above that, who would you like Billie Piper to be this Christmas? If you want to support me, like I say, like, subscribe, comment. There's a button near the comments that says hype. That means the absolute world, pushes my video out to loads of people. If you want to help me in a monetary way, you can donate in the comments with super thanks. You get a shout out in the next video. You can become a member. You also get a shout out in the next video, and you get access to member only videos. But if you don't want to do any of that, don't bloody bother. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Ta-ra!